Cek cek cek. Oke. Kita lanjut di football dulu ya. Hampir nggak gol, Cuk. Ada gacha terbaru Blitz Color di Sudowan. Percuma juga ya kita nggak nyari. Kita nyari Ronaldo atau Messi, guys. Ini kapan dibuka ya, guys? Sekarang tanggal berapa ya? Tanggal 6. Kita udah punya 5 tiket untuk gacha ini. Sampai sekarang belum bisa dilihat. Tanggal 9 baru bisa. Ya udah. Kita main ini dulu lah. Coba ini kita lebarkan ya. Oke. Udah mulai gelap kayaknya nih. Nggak ada, Cuk. Nggak dapat lawan kita. Checking connection. Oke, dapat.
So what a sight this is. Another edition of this proud competition, just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it.
Besok terapi.
And a terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Main lah ya.
Barcelona with the corner, they're first.
Kenapa Romario, Cuk?
Decent chance! Goal! Barcelona! You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Barcelona penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, that's really changed the mood in the stands, Peter. It ought to encourage more positive football, a more front-footed approach. It's got to be.
Koke. Now it's Mbappe. And this is Raul. Mbappe. Camavinga. Guardiola calmly anticipates.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And he was quick to react. Probing pass.
Lewandowski bingung mau lari kemana, Cuk.
Oh, that was vital. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. And this is Romario. De Jong. Tchouaméni. And it's De Jong. Passing is crisp and sharp. Raul. Dani Olmo. Quarter of an hour played. Now it's Lewandowski.
Nyangkut dia lagi.
Yep, referee's given it. And that's going to be a booking. Howson is the team's great visionary. Knocks it into space.
Ya, nya belok, Cuk.
Barcelona do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Well, it's a tried and tested formula, okay, but very demanding too.
Well, you
Halo,
need your
Bang.
boys up front to
Apa kabar?
work
Baik,
extremely
baik.
hard, and you
Siapa
need
ini?
to get the passing right as well, of course.
He won't be happy with that one.
Halo, Adil Maung.
Tchouaméni.
Adil Maung namanya.
And here's Rashford. And it's Lopez. Dani Olmo. That's a little off target. De Jong. Now it's Romario. Well, that's been cut out, well played. Mbappe. Closing in on goal. Fermin.
Berantakan gini, Cuk.
Out of play for a throw.
Kok dilempar?
Now it's Rashford.
Langsung
And
dilempar
here's
aja sama dia.
Mbappe. Is there any support? He might, and he shoots! Oh, the ball's... Oh, he's been caught napping. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Well, that pass isn't the best. Dani Olmo.
Bentar, gua fokus.
Okay.
Sabar.
Oh, that's fabulous. Romario.
Aduh.
That is a crunching tackle. Oh, what a climb! Sticks it away.
Ini saya dulu Adizong, sekarang ganti.
And
Oh,
there we have it. The
Adi
two-goal
Zong.
cushion.
Kemana aja lu Adi Zong?
Lacking for neither time nor space. It could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
He's gone for goal! Oh, it's come loose.
Kenapa
Oh, it's been
ganti-ganti
caught
nama
on it
Adi?
here.
Si Adi kenapa
it's
ganti-ganti
De
nama?
Jong.
Udah ngoper aja dia.
Lewandowski. Barcelona heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. Dani Olmo conjures time and space where few can. Now it's Lewandowski. And this is Romario. Tchouaméni. And reclaimed it in a trice. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Raul. Tchouaméni. And here's Lopez. Fermi. Oh, shooting chance!
Oh, belok.
Off the post.
Hampir.
And he's there to
Maju.
retrieve it.
Astagfirullahaladzim.
And here's Rashford. And here's Mbappe. Dani Olmo. Now the ball's gone astray. Oh, good read.
Maju
He
Romario.
read that really well and stopped it.
And this is Romario.
Astagfirullah. Malah cuk.
And the whistle goes for half-time. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Ada aja bang.
Barcelona sitting pretty here at half-time, 2-0 up.
Biar nggak bosan soalnya nama Adi. Oh, RS9. Pengen sih, cuman gue belum punya gamenya. Ntar deh. Gue juga masih ini main RE7. RE8 belum main juga gua.
And the second half gets underway.
So langsung RE9.
And they're not going to make any further progress now.
Barcelona have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Romario. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And that's another good win of the ball. De Jong. Here's Oyarzabal. Alvarez. Oyarzabal. He's found some space.
Well played and well cleared.
Romario. Tchouaméni wins the duel this time. And here's Alvarez. Fermin. And that's been won straight back. Here's Oyarzabal. Lopez. And the shot. And a chance!
Wah, gol tuh.
It's there!
Semua pada main R9 udah tamat.
To a spectacular
Malah
start.
itu Yawak sama Winda.
Speed of thought,
Bedakan lah,
efficiency
itu
improvement,
YouTuber
and
besar, Cuk.
certainty of outcome.
Duitnya
That's
banyak buat
terrific
ini
movement,
beli
Peter,
RE.
and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and
Kita
waiting
menunggu
moments
diskon
ago,
harganya baru main.
already he has scored.
I think the
Mana
manager's
tuh?
claiming an assist here.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
That's good pressure, good intensity.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Nicely weighted ball, brilliantly cut out. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter.
Hey.
They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really
Stop
front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Eh,
Shot a goal!
hampir.
Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, you get a sense, Peter,
Gua
that
masih
he
di
could
Arab
almost
atau
get
di
to
Indonesia bang?
anything today.
Masih di Arab. Udah balik gua. Ke 2000 juga ada bang. Tapi saya PC saya nggak cuma
He
2005.
rises!
Tada,
It's come back out to him. He's scored! Barcelona are back
Cuma
in business.
2025 doang yang kuat speknya.
Some
Oh,
heroic goalkeeping.
upgrade lah
Even that
PC-nya.
couldn't save them
Adizong.
this time.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
We have ourselves a real game here.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Corner given. Barcelona have their second corner now. That's a decent clearance. And it's Camavinga! Fermin. Great defending, strong and determined. Who saw this coming? Barcelona are hurt by just about the final punch. And he's in on goal. Big chance!
Nggak elok.
Oh, crossbar!
Hampir cuk.
Koke. Romario. 75 minutes played. Quality ball.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
And it's Romario.
Aduh, salah cuk, ngapa dioper ya?
Good read, needed to be.
Well, it seems as if he's just
Lopez
had a
pun
momentary
pakai acara
lapse
mundur dia.
and slipped into tunnel vision because he
Lopez
had
siapa?
good options around
Olmo.
him and he failed to get his head up.
Has a look and plays it forward. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Benar sih, tinggal shot aja tadi.
And he was alert to it.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Oyarzabal. Oh, lovely bit of skill. And here's Alvarez! This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Belok kalah lari Romario sama konde-konde.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And it's Lopez. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. That is lovely. De Jong. And it's Lopez. Lewandowski going about things with real menace. So nothing between them in 90
Iya,
minutes,
pengennya
and we are in
dapat
for
mahal
extra
sejak
time.
prosesor pada mahal
Well,
masa
I think many on that pitch were ready for the final
PSG
whistle to
kalau
come, so let's hope that
memang
there's still
nggak usah
plenty of
ditanya
energy
juga.
about.
So all square, we need a winner, and we will be back for extra time.
Ya, memang lagi krisis ya. Pada naik ini. Spare part PC semuanya haram sama ini memori. PS5 pun naik juga harganya kan? PS5 kan naik juga harganya.
No winner in 90, 30 more to come. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Looking for the run. Oh, Red, nice interception. Well, that looks a decent ball. Alexander-Arnold. Koke. Valverde. Oh, that's well spotted. Nicely aimed pass. Alvarez looking understandably energised after his goal.
Waduh,
He could be in here. Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Well, Oyarzabal really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Fermin.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Alexander
dah.
Arnold
Kalah
cuts it
larinya,
out.
Cuk.
Valverde. Harrison kept his eye on it, and he's there. Kubasi. Here's Chouameni. Oyarzabal. Can he get it through? Chooses to go back. Valverde going full tilt down the right-hand side. Looking for options. He's had a shot!
Pas lagi, Cuk.
Oh, it's in! And that
Tahu bang
may
PS5
just
naik
do
harganya?
it.
Tahu. Kan naik kan?
That was easy.
PS5?
Almost too easy.
Semua seriesnya.
Half-time, extra time. Well, it has been a punishing game, both physically and mentally. But does either team have what it takes to find a winner?
Bang, kalau PS5 bisa main di monitor PC nggak TV doang? Bisa di PC, di monitor. Gua main di monitor ini. Monitor PC.
Cambio de jugadores.
And so the last chance to find a winner. Well, this really has been an epic encounter, and there are some tired limbs out there. How much more can the players give? And that is a little undercooked. Now it's Romario. Now it's Lopez. That's an excellent interception. Koundé. And it's Pedri. That's very neat. He's found a way through. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now it's Alvarez. Barcelona are looking desperate here, short on time and options.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
Valverde tries making a foray down the right. Camavinga. And it's Arda Güler. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Lewandowski. Koke. It's a searching pass. Courtois with the clearance. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Güler, who's set up one goal so far. Well timed, excellent interception. Triol.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Pedri. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Courtois deals with that nice and simple.
Tapi monitor saya kecil, nggak tahu berapa
And
inci.
that is as far
Berapa
as
inci
it
emangnya?
goes.
Kalah, Cuk, nggak fokus
Barcelona
gua.
can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay.
Kena comeback. Kalau nggak salah monitor saya 23 atau 24. Oh, bisa itu. 23 mah masih besar itu. 22 aja masih bisa. Gua pernah ada monitor 22.
Well, here comes a crunch game. So much depends on this.
Bisa-bisa aja sih.
Expectation and nerve.
Monitor
It is
ini gua
indeed
aja
a heady
ini
mix.
cuman 27 inci.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here.
Bisa mah itu.
These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's down to business here. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, when it comes to being very watchable, Peter, I don't think you'll get much better than Vinicius Junior. His raw pace added to the infinite amount of trickery he has up his sleeve are sure to cause any defence no shortage of headaches. He just needs a better final product at the top level.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. And that's put paid to a promising move. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Romario. Azar. And he's managed to get free. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Passes short and sharp. And it's Carvajal. Fling chance! Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Guardiola. Romario. No, not quite on the same wavelength. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. That has not gone well. Vinicius Junior. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Neatly clipped into space. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. He's a sharp little ball here. He's found a way through. Fermin! And again!
Ya ampun.
Off the post. Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, he's
3
furious with
kali,
himself,
Cok.
but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Can he get it through? Al Kubasi gets it clear. There will be a throw-in.
Ini Lewandowski ampas kali, Cok. Memang nggak bisa main serangan balik dia.
It's Lopez. Fermin will not want to lose out here. And he shoots! And he nearly went all the way.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
Bellingham. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Maju Fermin.
Lopez. He's got two. Goal! Barcelona! First blood drawn. It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
He's going for goal! Guardiola.
Lagi Fermin.
Fermin has it in a wide position.
Waduh,
Eden
dapat ya.
Militao with the clearance.
Barcelona really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Looking for the run. He's in a great position here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well, they've got it again. This might spell danger. Foul and a free kick in a
Kena
very
sliding cok
dangerous
dari
area.
belakang lagi.
And he's going to have his name taken.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Great chance here from position A1. And this the perfect opportunity to create a cushion between them. Fermin! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Fermin deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Alexander-Arnold. Oh, that's well spotted. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Lewandowski unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
Buang dulu.
Koke
Belok
gets
Mbappe ya,
it
main
without
terobos saya dah.
sophistication. And we have our very first corner. He's there to head it! No, not the best of headers.
Bernal clearly was a little selfish there, but I don't think it was a bad attempt.
Camavinga. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
2 minutos de descuento.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Eden Militao. Camavinga. And it's Azar.
Romario kok kemana sih larinya?
Oh, easy pickings there.
Belum di ini kan kah jangkar kah?
And it's half-time here. A very combative,
Jelas, yuk.
competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised. Hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Barcelona are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for.
Muter-muter nggak jelas dia.
And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Barcelona definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would
Malas
exercise some
sekali.
caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in
Kalau
the early
udah
minutes trying to
jumpa
kill this
Mbappe
off.
terus terobos gini.
Barcelona could counter here. Carvajal is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Camavinga. Koke. Passing is crisp and sharp. Back into the middle. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Barcelona clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Some resolute defending there. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Howson calmly anticipates. Koke. Fermin. And this is Romario. And he's following up. Oh, split-second reaction.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
And the shot.
Ih,
He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post.
lah offside cuk dua-duanya.
Flagged offside.
Bellingham aja. Kamavinga nggak offset tadi tuh ya?
Alexander-Arnold. It's a pretty loose pass. And that's really well manoeuvred. Lewandowski puts his foot on the gas. Now it's Mbappe. Well, that pass isn't the best. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Peter, they're leaving nobody guessing now. This is a decisive attempt to go further in front.
He's having a shot! It's run loose. Oh, he's been caught on it here.
Lah offset pula lah.
And that's offside. Yes, it is. Rudiger.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution
Langsung.
is lacking.
Woi, penalti tuh, penalti merah itu. Penalti pula, Cok. Parah kali men. Setinggi itu.
Rudiger has been given a red card for the denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, Peter, I don't think he even had time to blink. This is just a spontaneous reaction.
That is a crunching tackle. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Now, can they get him away? There's the delivery. It's out for a goal kick. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
Searching pass he's played there. They've won a corner. It's their second corner of the game.
Eduardo Camavinga.
Well, now it's a race for the ball. No, that was never going to make it. Azar can see things others simply cannot. Bellingham. And it's Camavinga. And that is a little undercooked.
Lah.
It's a good run down the right. And the pass is intercepted. And they're not going to make any further progress now.
Sumpah, ada yang bagus finishing pemain.
Steps in, and that's the end of that. Bellingham. And the finish! Oh, it's hit the post!
This is a show of real intent to add another goal to their lead. No hesitation whatsoever.
And Romario! And it's Koke. And this is Romario. And it's shot a goal!
Astaga.
Oh, it's come off the upright. Picked out brilliantly.
Bisa kayak gitu, Cok. Berapa kali kena tiang ini? Lomba ngenakan tiang kah?
But ultimately there was no way through. Camavinga.
Asli, Cok.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And he's worked it through. Well timed, excellent interception. Carvajal gets it away.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Always onto this. Priol cuts it out. And now they can clear their lines.
Jangan sampai tercomeback.
Looking for a runner.
Ini udah skrip Konami ini mah.
Cut short.
Bisa kena tiang Romario, Cok. Finishingnya berapa itu?
Bernal is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
He won't be happy with that one.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And
Jelas
that's
kok.
that.
Konami, sumpah.
Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying colours. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Barcelona really deserve a lot of credit for what I'm sure would be
Coba,
a real confidence
nge-shoot
boosting
17.
win. Such a huge game being played. There were so many factors that
Target 6,
would have
Cuk.
got the doubters going, but I guess they'll all go a little quiet now.
PS5 sekarang harganya
So
10
just
juta.
time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom
Ini
and
naik
to
kan?
wish you all a very good evening.
Iya. Sekitar itulah. Tergantung series sih. Pada naik $100 kalau nggak salah. Harga motor sek. Iya sih. Kalau belum punya motor mending beli motor dulu dah. Beli motor terus Gojek, kerja Gojek atau apa gitu. Udah ada penghasilan baru. Lu udah kerja kah, Adi? Atau masih sekolah? Kalah ini gua. Gila, jelek kali speed anak tuh Lewandowski nih. 82, Cuk. Nggak pantas nggak dapat bola ya dari tadi. Gila banget kayak belum kerja masih nganggur di rumah aja.
Well,
Udah
hello,
tamat bang,
welcome for
soalnya
the
oh
first time this
udah
season
baru
to
tamat ini
everybody
ya,
around the
SMA
world,
ya.
and we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Gelok bisa dia
Well,
nyelidin kayak
Peter,
gitu.
this team has a great engine room in the shape of this guy, Tchouaméni. The Frenchman being a robust, relentless pressing machine who also excels in ball retention and recycling. I noticed he's surprisingly good at progressing play when on the ball too. Keep watching him.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. It's played through for him.
Johan Cruyff.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Dani Olmo. Rodrigo. Now it's Lopez. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. Dani Olmo, and that's been intercepted. David Villa looks to get on the end of this. Well timed, excellent interception. That's a cute ball. Floated through. Romario gets into some space, and it's Olmo. Messi. And this is Cruyff. David Villa, he's shifting through the gears here. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side. Can he finish? fresh.
Wah, nggak gol itu.
Great
Astaga.
build-up. It all deserved
Iya bang,
a
tamat
better
SMA.
ending.
Yeah, the ball in there was simply superb. He won't be too happy that it's gone to waste like that.
Triol calmly anticipates. Koke. Now it's Villa. Fermin. And it's Cruyff. Now it's Villa. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's found a way through. And he's taking no chances there. He's going for goal!
Enggak,
Oh,
Qatar
the
tendangannya.
keeper's done ever so well.
He's definitely living up to the occasion here. He just loves being out there amongst it.
Madrid with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. It's going to be another corner, I think. Corner number 2, then. Camavinga clears. It's gone for a throw-in.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
Now it's Romario. Now then, the ball's come loose. Nicked it back promptly. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Dani Olmo, he's picked his way through. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Fermin. That has been cut short.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time. Barcelona really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Well, there's the clearance. Carvajal gets into a good position. Delivery from Dani Carvajal. Cleared without hesitation. Carvajal, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Looking to play him in. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Belletti. Half-time getting close now. And it's Tchouaméni. And Fermin. And it's Cáceres. Koke.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Dani Olmo can see things others simply cannot. Dani Olmo. That's a good ball out wide. Thinks about the shot. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick.
Dari mana tuh? Asem gua yang ini, Cok.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Fermin. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And the second half gets underway.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
David Villa. Now, can they get him away? And that is as far as they're going to go. Now, this could be a chance. Howson did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest. And he's had a hit!
Football tuh.
What a hit! What a hit! A rocket and some! Sumptuous finish and
Kencang kali tendangannya.
absolute joy! First blood drawn. And that is stunning. Just too hot to handle.
I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
Madrid penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
Poor robust challenge. He won't be happy with that one. Guardiola. And this is Romero. Chance!
Ya,
An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just
ngawang lah
beyond
itu.
him.
Well, he's clearly in one of those moods. I think even he was asking perhaps a little too much from himself then.
Threads one in.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And that's the keeper's ball.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Koke. And it's Messi. That is good alertness. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. More and more pressure on the ball here. Romario under intense pressure.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't...
He's had a shot! There's a goal! Barcelona are back in business. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
A heavy challenge. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Oh, good-looking ball. Guardiola. Great vision. Dani Olmo kept his eye on it, and he's there. Howson. It's a pretty loose pass. It's come to nothing. Who saw this coming? What an enthralling contest. What a wonderful contest. Now it's Romario. Now it's Lopez. And he's lost his man here. Shot could be on. Tries a shot! It's anyone's ball now. Looking for a corner. They've played it short. Oh, that was vital.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Albert Ferrer cuts it out. And it's Lopez. Barcelona finding their passes. That's a sharp pass. Can he spark a counter here? Oh, that's clever. Deftly away. And And smartly reclaimed. Oh, that pass isn't the best. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Little doubt, that is a foul. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all.
Belok.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El
Both
dorsal
sides then
25,
taking this chance to
el
turn to
dorsal
their
11,
benches.
El dorsal 13.
Camavinga going
Serán
full tilt down the
sustituidos
left.
por el dorsal
Pressing's
8,
intense,
el
and it's
dorsal
paid off.
18, el dorsal
David
24.
Villa did
Se va
just
a
about
realizar
enough
un
to
cambio
come
de
out on
jugadores.
top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Pedri, just 5 minutes left.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
For a moment
Waduh.
you felt that was going some. He's having a go! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Guardiola really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
All hands on deck for this one. And it's hoisted clear. In with the challenge.
Habrá 3
He
minutos
can
de
get that
descuento.
clear.
Ayo Ansu Fati.
And it's Neymar. Added time going up here. It's 3 minutes.
Bisa ada Neymar, Cok.
Figo delivers.
Neymar mana itu?
That has earned a reprieve for the time being. He's having a shot! Yes!
Neymar mana dipakainya itu, Cok? MSN asem.
Raise the roof! Neymar at his razor-sharp best then. And time is up. Well, this was a game they could
kali
so
dia.
easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Yeah, well, I've been on...
Tengok ya dia peringkat berapa, pernah peringkat berapa? 1000. Ini kenapa, Cok? Matikanlah Saweria nih. Nggak jelas. Yang tadi lagi kah? Beda.
Well, here comes a crunch game. So much depends on this. Expectation and nerve. It is indeed a
Kovac.
heady mix. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's away we go then.
There's Lamine Yamal, Peter, the latest Spanish superstar. I'd like to see him get a lot of freedom on that right wing.
And is that his best position?
I'd say so, Peter. With him being left-footed, he can cut inside, but he's such an all-round threat. He has that blistering pace that he can use to beat the best defenders. And it's very difficult to stop him once he starts linking up with others, once he's made that inside run.
And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Knocks it into space. And he plays one through. No way through. And here's from Mario. Yaya Toure. And that is a little undercooked. And here's Lewandowski.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Bellingham. Mbappe looking to penetrate opposition lines. And that
salah tu.
interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Griezmann. Now it's Yamal. He's in a good position. Great chance! Oh, it's come off the upright. Dani Olmo. Koke. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe! Nicely weighted ball. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Yaya Toure has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Griezmann could try cutting inside here. It's Griezmann! He's done very well to get to that.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Lopez. Lovely bit of skill. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And now a sudden chance to counter. Madrid trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. And here's Bellingham. Tries to play it through. That's a sharp pass. And it's Bellingham. Showing great feet there. And this is Griezmann. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Pass somewhat off target. Alvarez. He is through here. Carvajal did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Lewandowski! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
I think it was one of those, Peter, where he's caught it too well. He's not even looking at the keeper, so he knew where everything was.
Looking for the run, and that could set him on his way. Yaya Toure. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Thuram carries the ball down the right. Bellingham. He is always looking to break lines. Griezmann. And here's Mbappe.
Mbappe really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And here's Mbappe. Well, he certainly caught him there. It's a free kick.
Hah? Apa sih bola itu, Cok?
Perhaps the final meaningful act of the first half. Mbappe! You've got to be quick to recover this. Triol defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Gets a good foot in there. Guardiola.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
And we hit half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. So neither side has yet broken through. Good ball, good take. Shoots!
Bisa lepas-lepas, Cok.
Goal! Just to pick me up the whole game needs. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult.
And he's had a hit! Mighty close.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Griezmann. And it's Thuram. Now it's Mbappe. Madrid looking to pass. He's tried one! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Lamine Yamal really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Yamal is always looking to play quality balls. Short changes him with that pass. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Bisa ke situ dah. Bukan ngarahkannya ke ini, Cok. Ke Romario.
And that's another good win of the ball. Still chasing the game, trailing by one. Bellingham has found the net here, of course. And this is from Mario. Alvarez. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Now it's Mbappe. Griezmann. And it's Thuram. Thuram hurtling down that right flank. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Griezmann. Great defending, strong and determined. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this. Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Vermin. This is Romario. Oh, red, nice interception.
Oh, maju Lewandowski ya.
Kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Goes for a shot!
Ah, nggak jelas, Cok.
Alvarez. Bellingham. 75 minutes played. Thuram. Here's Griezmann. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Koke. Great vision. Dani Olmo gets into a good position.
Barcelona really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And it's made its way to shot at goal. Oh, it's fallen kindly here.
Gila, dapat bola
He
rebound dia.
has done it. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive. Barcelona really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they haven't given up, but it's not looking favourable.
Out towards the flank. Now who's going to be first to this? That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. He's got away. Brilliantly cut out. Koke did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And that's that. In
Oke.
the end, then no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want
guys.
of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Yeah, well, I've been on the losing side in games like this, and I can tell you it really does hurt.
Kenapa gua main di PC sama main di PS beda feel-nya, Cok. Jelek kali PS nih, sumpah. Coba ya gua main ini free training. Enak aja gerakannya tuh. Sama sih. Rasa berat kali ya. Berat kali, Cok. 3 batang dapat cuman. Lawannya 5 batang. Eh, eh. Kasih komputer mainnya ya. Suntuk, bro, suntuk.
So we're all back together again, fresh still in our minds, those memories, the unbelievable highs, the unforgettable lows. And as the sides return to cross swords for the first time again, we just remind ourselves of the magic of this game. This is what it does to you. It keeps bringing you back, no matter what. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And so we stand for the anthems. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, the contribution from this guy, Fermin Lopez, will be key again. He's got the perfect fusion of energy and good vision. So he's going to be busy skittling around the field, both on and off the ball, looking for any space he can exploit. His game is full of devilment. He's a mischief maker.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way.
Coba gue main yang ini ya, main online ya. Main apa? Versus AI. Enak nggak?
So it's down to business here. Guardiola. And here's Lewandowski. Steam and the finish! Off the post.
Enak-enak aja sih. Apa online yang berat kali ya 3 batang.
Now it's Koke. Indonesia looking to pass their way through. Oh no, what has happened here? Lewandowski! Superb from Lewandowski! A finish of true class! And that is stunning, just too hot to handle. Yeah, it's Lewandowski! That is terrific from Lewandowski! A finish right from the top draw! Not one, but two. It is a dream start. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Yeah, tempted and teased the keeper into thinking he could get to it, but it just eased away to catch the inside of the post.
Indonesia are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
That's an excellent interception. And this is Lewandowski, nicked it back promptly. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Closing in on goal. Goes down, but nothing given. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. It's come to nothing. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Oh, shooting chance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And he's gone looking for safety. Vigo have the chance to go the other way. And here's Lewandowski. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Indonesia are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
Wriggles his way through, driving through the middle. Vermeer.
Yeah, the hat-trick is definitely on his mind, Peter. He wants to get it over with as quickly as he can. Just about everything he's done, for me, he's done it with real conviction.
He certainly has. Really satisfying performance from him. A smiling satisfaction emanating from him. He is embracing this game.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are
Nak
very
bopong
Now
audible.
he's off and running. And here's Romario. Camavinga providing an outlet on that flank.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
It's a pretty loose pass. And he shoots! And it's there! And they are pulling
Dapat
clear
dong.
here. That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Pinches it off him. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side,
Mana lu Romario?
dogged defence on the other. There's the shot! And he hits the net! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
It's become a case of men against boys.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
And here's Romario. Great chance! They've scored! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary.
41 minutes is number 14, Berman.
Indonesia are having a ball here. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Lewandowski. No way through. Lopez with the cross. And he gets rid in a hurry. The message is clear, none shall pass. And it's Olmo. Oscar Mingueza. Vigo are looking to break at pace. And it's Mingueza. Oscar Mingueza. Vigo finding their passes. Dani Olmo can so cleverly bypass the press. Now there's he's had a shot! A decent effort as the first half draws to a close. Who would have seen this? By any yardstick, it is pretty much ideal for them.
Indonesia really are in control here. They've done exactly what they set out to do. There's a genuine flow about their football, and some of the stuff they've played so far has been great on the eye.
Indonesia pretty much out of sight here. It really has been a one-sided game so far.
Loh, harus ditekan, Cok.
Please welcome everyone, our lads.
There's the start of the second half. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Dani Olmo, looking to play him in. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Camavinga, that looks a good cross. And he's there to clear it. Can he finish? Chance here to counter. Chooses to go cross-field. And it's Mingueza. Is there any support? He might not need it. They've won a corner.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Can he get it through? And he's picked it up out wide. Fermin. Lewandowski being hunted in packs.
Well, he's profited handsomely already in this match, and at last their sense of danger has brought them.
Big header!
Gelo.
No mistake! And the headlines continue to get darker and darker.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
After 58 minutes is number 25, Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo.
Nggak nyampe dia tuh.
Indonesia are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
He has found the way through. Dani Olmo. Oh, that's a fine interception. And the counter is on. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Oscar Mingueza. Strokes it back. He's tried one!
Us.
Brilliant! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order.
Kencang banget itu.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
I just thought that was going to hit the outside of the post for a moment there, but it just curled enough to catch the inside for a very good strike.
Well, they have a goal, but it is surely too much to hope for a comeback. Dani Olmo. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Carvajal is looking to influence the game from out wide. Carvajal. He's a sharp little ball here. And that's really well manoeuvred. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Triol. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oscar Mingueza.
Cus.
Goes for a shot! Oh, denied at the last.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Not the most accurate pass.
That's good pressing. It's really squeezing everything.
Koke does well to get it back. And he's being shifted off it. Koke. And smartly reclaimed. Tries a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Vigo are making a change now.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
It's come through, and he's had a quick look inside. A good-looking ball. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Guardiola. Passing is crisp
Uh,
and
lewat.
sharp,
Offset tuh.
and he's straight offside. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He's got away.
Added time.
Looking for options
Yes.
for movement. Real chance! And the number on the board is 3.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Iago Aspas. Koke wins the duel this time. Vermeer. So that's it. It is all over. Indonesia, just a thrill to witness here. Quick, slick, and such fun. You really would fear for anyone playing up against them right now. Romario taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Indonesia definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack
And
clicked.
if you do have
Whether
a
it was
chance
link-up
today,
play,
please take
running
some
in
time out to
behind,
give your
this has
support
just
to
been
our
a great day at the
devastating
office.
front.
Bisa sekali lagi nih. Sekali lagi lah ya. Tapi ini kita matiin aja lah. Barnabeu? Hah? Ada nama orang Barnabeu, Cok. Barnabeu siapa itu? Daniel Barnabeu. Silang Mbappe.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. A moment of great pride, the anthems. Albacete have clearly decided to play here with a 5-3-2 formation, Jim.
Well, it could be a disguise, Peter, for something else. And that 5 at the back can easily produce wing-backs. If that's the case, I think, you know, it might end up a 3 at times. Admittedly, though, if they do play deeper and in line with the centre-backs, then we can take it that they don't really want to give much away. That'll be foremost in their minds. But essentially, it depends on the two wide players in that defence. If they push on a little bit more, we could see something very different.
So we're up and running.
Well, you know, Peter, the brains of this particular team's operation is Pep Guardiola, someone who can dictate the tempo, and his appreciation of the game is a step above most.
Yeah, he's a thinking man's footballer, isn't he?
Indeed, and I'm really looking forward to watching him.
Now it's Mbappe. That's a delicate pass. Terrific header.
Kurang lurus
Great
sundulannya.
build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Cross goes in there. Oh, surely that deserved a better outcome.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
And it's been taken short. Oh, such a clever touch. Shapes to shoot! He scored!
Jelek, cok. Jelek.
You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such
Kebuntar gak
immaculate
bisa
precision.
diharapin.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
It is a super start. So far, Romario! And he hits the net. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Albacete applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course the returns can be terrific. He's got away. He's being urged. Real chance! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Guardiola with the short one. Albacete have the chance to go the other way. And a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Nicely aimed pass. Howson spots it and intercepts. Can he spark a counter here? Albacete looking to pass their way through. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And Romario! Oh, that is beautiful! Romario! That is a gem! An absolute gem! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well,
Waduh.
it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Indonesia get themselves into the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Decent chance! Oh, taken with style. And they're at it again in double quick time. There was to be only one outcome.
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
Indonesia take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win. Mbappe! Mbappe is magnificent! About as smooth as it gets. A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was really clever.
Indonesia grab a 3-goal lead. It's just too easy. And he was quick to react. Tries to pass it through. Great ball, and he's in here. Ball comes in. Fermin. Mbappe.
3 minutos de descuento.
Koke. He is through here. Tries to get it clear. Good ball, good take. Shot, surely! Just cruising. They are cruising. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. And we've reached half-time. Staggering, just staggering. Not in their wildest dreams would they have expected a half-time scoreline like this.
Indonesia have been simply outstanding in the first half. There doesn't seem to be a single weakness in their team, and should that not change, they could go big from here.
Indonesia have
Oke,
had
thank
it
you
all
udah
their
pada
own way
mampir.
so far then, and they go in at the break in an
Sampai jumpa
utterly
lagi
dominant
di
position.
live stream berikutnya.
And that's the
bye-bye.
start of another 45 minutes. Howson is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Triol. Now it's Mbappe. Carvajal. It's a searching pass. That's a shade optimistic. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Tries to play it through. Shot could be on. Takes a shot! It's there! And this is getting ridiculous. Borderline crazy.
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
El dorsal 25.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Now it's Romario, and it's Olmo. Great vision.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Danny Olmo. Gives it back. A probing pass. Danny Olmo. Big header! It's in! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Look, all they want to hear right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated. To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Knocks it out wide. Not the most accurate pass. Koke. Good-looking ball. Noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, as you'd expect, Peter, that defence ought to know when to step up or drop off, and they finally made the decision to get tighter.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 7 será sustituido por el dorsal 9.
It's a throw-in. Can he get on the end of this? And he's taking no chances there. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Kamavinga. He's on it. Can he get away? And that pass just didn't quite work. Mbappe. Vermin, whose purpose now is to complete a hat-trick. Oh, easy pickings there. Ball quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Played out wide. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. That's a throw. Albacete making consecutive changes here.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
Será reemplazado por el dorsal 20.
Dani Olmo. Oh, that's neat. Ball swung in. He's having a shot! And that is quite wonderful. Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. Pomp, panache and passion. This, a man full of it all.
Marcó en el minuto 76.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
And that is as far as they're going to go. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Quality ball. Now it's Mbappe. Koke. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. That is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. He's picked his way through. It's Koke! It's a goal! The crowd demanded, and he was thrilled to oblige.
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them.
Marcó En el minuto 87.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Koke. Well, they can break here. Now it's Dani Olmo. Now it's Romario. Shifted it to the flank.
4 minutos de descuento.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? He slings it in. And it's hoisted clear. Crossed in again. It's a mighty effort! Keeper always had the measure of that. That's going up front in a hurry. Looking for the run. Picked out brilliantly. Gets the shot away! Close, but time for no more. The whistle has gone. Indonesia have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback. Vermin reflecting on a stellar performance and now taking home a permanent reminder for his mantelpiece. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly.